Do you have a single scintilla of fact to support anything that you're saying? Can you think of one example of lies, of corruption, of documents? Yeah. Go on.
Well, it might not have been them, but since then, first of all...
You're about to listen to a man try to win an argument with a level of confidence that has absolutely nothing behind it. He's not hesitant, he's not fumbling for words, he just sounds like a Trump supporter with a British accent who genuinely believes he's winning this. And honestly, imagine trying to make someone understand your thoughts when they can barely understand their own. At this point, it's not really about Brexit anymore. It's about that gap between how sure someone sounds and how little they actually know. My honest guess is he got all his information from Facebook memes. So stick around, because what you're about to watch is someone digging in harder and harder, with absolutely nothing to back it up.
Not a Boris lover, but he got given the job to get us out of Europe, the EU.
Yeah.
And he done a good job. He done a good number on it, right?
What's your favourite bit?
Should have left.
What's your favourite bit?
Well, the fact that we left.
No, about the thing that's better now we've gone.
Well, it's very difficult to put anything. It's no worse.
Well, it is, isn't it?
It's not. It's not.
We're 100.
What's caused the worseness, if that's a word?
Yeah.
It's not that we've left the EU. It's the fact that there was a pandemic followed straight after by a war.
Yeah,
you can't blame what's going on.
It's not, though, is it? Because
yes, it is. This is the point you're missing.
Okay. Well, I mean, where are you getting your information from? Because I'm getting mine from the IMF, the Bank of England.
The IMF.
Yeah, and the Bank of England.
They're the people that said we're going to have...
But where are you getting your information from?
They're the people that said that we were going to have go into recession and we're the only one that's not going to make any money.
We've got...
Just before the pandemic, in between the small gap between leaving and the pandemic, this country was making more money.
Okay, mate.
Right?
Yeah, okay. Where are you getting your information from about the 4% hit to GDP having nothing to do with Brexit? You heard the governor of the Bank of England yesterday.
And LBC, to be honest.
Pardon?
LBC. I listen to you and I listen to what they say.
Well, you haven't heard me say that.
What they're saying is, right, that the 4%, drop is based on list trust.
No, they're not saying that.
That's what it's from. That's the period that they're taking their analysts from.
It's over the last 3 years.
Well,
she was only Prime Minister for 10 minutes last year, mate.
So out of them last 3 years, what have we had?
So it's 100. Is it 100 million or 100 billion a year? It must be 100 billion.
Tell me what we've actually had. We've had pandemic.
Yeah,
we've had war.
Yes, I know, mate. But there's literally nobody who thinks Brexit's had nothing to do with our decline, because all the other countries have had pandemic and war.
Only Remainers.
No, Andy. Just have a little think about this. We're doing worse than all the other countries that had the pandemic and the war as well.
What, before or after?
Before or after what, Andy?
Well, I don't know. You're asking the question.
Yeah, okay, let me try again. The things you're blaming for our problems happen to all the other countries that we're being compared to, and we're still bottom.
Right. So the immediate problem that we had, and I didn't agree with this Truss being leader of the party.
Don't make me remind you that we're looking at 3 years of economic damage. That's not because of Liz Truss.
Over 2 of them years, right? We were everyone in the world was struggling, right? But just prior to that, we was one of the best.
But why do you keep saying that again? Where are you getting that information from? You think that in 2018 we were going great guns economically?
Yeah.
Okay, where are you getting that information from?
The same place that you get yours. Media.
No, but you're not. You're not though, because not an opinion, is it? That's counting, and no one has provided figures to back up that. Let's pretend you're right, okay? Let's pretend that the British economy was the best, doing brilliantly between 2016 and 2018. We hadn't left the European Union then, of course. But today...
No, just after we left the EU.
Yeah, but we didn't leave.
Officially left
but we didn't leave, did we? That was 3 years ago.
And look at the corruption, right?
Yeah.
That was coming out of the EU when we was trying to leave. Lie after lie after lie. Refusal to give us all the facts about what was going on.
And what's your best example of that, Andy?
Well, the fact that when we signed up for the common market,
hang on a minute. Carry on.
For us to join, right?
Yeah.
We agreed, wrongly in my opinion, to pay 16% on top of anything that we buy.
Yeah.
Right.
So what was the lie
that they
were? What were the lies they were telling us in 2016, 2017?
They wasn't coming across with when we asked for.
You just said all the corruption.
They refused to give it.
Yeah, you just said all the. Listen, Andy, I'm going to keep you on until. Yeah, you just said all the corruption. You just said all the corruption and lies, and I just want an answer to an example of what you're talking about.
Well, they lied about what was happening.
Go on.
Well, everything that the EU was doing.
Yeah, go on. What?
I mean, they lied about the vaccine that we gave them.
But that was long after Brexit, Andy. You just said
it doesn't matter.
Well,
they lied.
If you say,
to lie.
I don't know what you're talking about, and I mean that politely. But if you say, and then there was all the corruption and lies that came out just before we left, you have to.
You're not telling me that the EU, the unelected dictatorship of the EU, didn't lie.
All right, but I can say that they didn't. If you can't give me an example of them doing it, so go on, have another go.
Off the top of my head, right, because I've just done a long drive.
Okay.
And I didn't expect to be on here.
Did we ring you? Did we take you by surprise? We've got to start. Hang on a minute. You've got to stop ringing people unexpectedly. All right. Poor fella's just had a long drive. Yeah. What's he going to do if LBC are on the phone and they put him live on the radio and he's got to actually explain? Sorry, mate. I had no idea that we took you by surprise this morning. But crack on.
That's all right. Yeah. I mean. You take the vaccine.
No. You just said off the top of my head examples of the corruption and lies they were telling us in 2015.
Well, they didn't come across with the answers.
Corruption and lies, please.
Not so much they didn't lie.
Well, you just said they did.
Hang on. All right, I'm getting a little bit... Right. It wasn't so much that they lied. Right.
No, it was the corruption.
That they didn't give us the information that we requested about figures, about this, that and the other.
What information is that then?
Any information that we asked for, they refused to give us.
When did they do that then?
When we was campaigning to leave.
What information do you think that you're talking about?
All the finances and what they're taking and that.
Who on earth told you that we didn't have? Who told you? Who told you that we didn't have access? We were in it. We were part of it. When you say they, you mean we. Who told you that we couldn't access the information that you don't know the name of?
And that they refused to.
Who told you this? Who told you this?
It was on the news.
What documents? Off the top of your head.
Certain documents.
Yeah, what documents?
I can't remember which documents they were.
Do you have a single scintilla? Do you have a single scintilla of fact to support anything that you're saying? Can you think of one example of lies, of corruption, of documents? Yeah. Go on.
Right, it might not have been them, but since then.
No, before.
No, this is what we were dealing with.
Yeah,
people
go on.
That
before, Andy.
About the vaccine.
What was the lie about the vaccine, Andy?
They said that it killed people.
Who said that? The European? Are you talking about the European Union now?
Later on, they just wanted to discredit us.
Okay, let's go back to the central question. Why do you think Boris Johnson thinks being in the European Union is a great idea?
Because that's what he was asked to do, told to do. I told you I'm not a lover of Boris.
No, but why is he telling Ukraine to join? He told you to leave, but he's telling Ukraine to join. Why is that then?
I didn't rely on what he said. It's what I see.
Yeah, I know.
Right? And I see that this country is far better. The trouble with this country is we've got too many people that are making decisions that do not really want us to leave. There's so many. You can take the Chancellor at the moment. He's a Remainer.
Yeah. What decisions do you think he should have taken?
I didn't say he'd made any wrong ones at the moment.
You did. You said the problem with this country is we've got too many people taking decisions who didn't want us to leave. I mean, I've just reminded you what you literally said 47 seconds ago. So what decisions has he taken that are evidence of the fact that he doesn't really want to leave?
Well, he hasn't done anything, has he?
What should he have done?
Well, I'm not in charge of the Treasury.
Well, why do you keep saying things about people on subjects that you have absolutely... Let me be polite. You don't know what you're talking about, do you?
I do.
Go on, then.
I know what I want.
What do you want? What do you want? What do you want?
I want to continue to not be in the EU.
Why?
Why? Because I think they're a corrupt organisation.
Give me some evidence of that.
I'll give you evidence.
Go on.
The evidence is what you see.
Yeah, go on. What can you see?
Where's our car industry?
What?
Where's our car industry?
Well, it's just hit the lowest level since before the Mini was produced.
Why?
Because there's supply chain issues, but a large part of it is the fact that we're not in the single market anymore. So our biggest market...
No, because we never sold cars in the single market.
Right. I mean, this is a little bit like...
Very few cars. The only people that prospered, right, about vehicle manufacturing in the EU, and why we was in the EU, was Germany and France.
So why is it worse now than it was when we were in it?
Well, because we haven't had a chance to rebuild it. We've had a pandemic and a war on.
And how are we going to... So have Germany.
Eh?
So have Germany.
Yeah, and Germany failed to support Ukraine.
So why is their car industry doing so much better than ours then?
Why? It's because over the 40 years that we've been in there, they've been systematically bringing our
Go on.
industry down to nothing.
How did they do that?
By selling off the assets that we've got in this country, like car. Why don't we...
So Germany sold off... How did Germany sell off British assets? Just have to dump that because you swore. I'm just going to take you back. So how did Germany sell off things that were owned by Britain?
Well, they bought the Mini.
Well, then that is then owned by the Germans, isn't it? Yeah.
And just like that, the EU has apparently destroyed British industry by buying a car company. Think about that for a second, because that's genuinely the evidence. That's the whole argument. This is the exact point where the conversation stops being about Brexit and starts being about pure vibes, since nothing he's saying actually connects to anything anymore. And if you've made it this far, you already know it's not getting more coherent from here, it's just getting funnier. Honestly, the host has to be as patient as a saint to keep going with this argument. And the most interesting part is how he said he didn't expect to be on the phone after a long drive, when he's the one who actually called in.
I don't think this is going very well, and I don't think you and I are ever going to meet. Can you just...
because you're such a staunch Remainer that you will not accept...
Well, what do you think I should accept? What is the thing you've said to me that you think I should dwell on after we say goodbye?
Well, there is nothing I can say that you will.
But I promise you there is. I've asked you several times for some evidence, some examples.
Well, I've told you evidence. Where's our car industry?
But that... Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Where's our Ford Transits built now?
Yeah.
Where are they built? Do you know?
Have a great day, mate.
Yeah, you see, you get a difficult question and you don't answer.
Oh, sorry, what do you want me to tell you? Where are our Ford Transits built?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. Where are our Ford Transits built?
Turkey.
Yeah. Well, there is a facility in Turkey that builds Ford Transits. That's not in the European...
There isn't one in this country no more. You can't build a Ford engine in this
Turkey's
country
not in the...
Turkey, they've all sold them off.
Turkey's not in the European Union.
No, but it was funded by the EU.
So what's your point here then? We're leaving the European Union, and somehow the transits will come back to Britain, will they?
Well, I doubt it. It's probably too late now.
So why are you talking about transits?
Because this is what I'm talking about is the systematic destruction of this country by the EU.
Okay. And what's the first signs of things getting better?
Well, I've never been so well off.
Okay.
And I'm just a humble coach driver.
Okay. You're not affected by the cost of living crisis? 16.5% inflation on food?
I'm affected by it, but I can live through it.
Energy costs looking good?
Yeah. But I can remember when my mortgage was in double figures.
Interest rates at historic highs yesterday?
And I can remember that as well.
All right, mate. Have a great weekend.
When I bought my first house...
Yeah.
You know, it goes through things like that, but they're brought on by things not in the control of this country.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, are they? It's the war that's causing it.
But every country's been affected by the war. Every single country. So we come out bottom.
Every single country is.
I've done my best.
Right, but we're doing more for most of them than some of them.
With what?
Well, the Germans didn't want to get involved, did they? Because they're scared of Russia.
Right.
Hungary vetoed the oil so that they can still get theirs.
What do you think? Just
don't care about anyone else except themselves.
So why would we want to leave that then?
Because what's the point in being in there? There's someone that's...
You just told me they really look after themselves. Why would we want to leave that?
The EU is run by a non-elected group of people.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Okay, Andy.
Right, you can believe what you want.
No, it doesn't work like that, though, does it? Because I can't believe what I can't. For example,
only rubber stamps what the executive want.
Yeah. We're not going to get there, are we?
Tell me what the EU's done for us.
Good Lord. Honestly?
Yeah.
Okay. What the EU has done for us?
Yeah.
Okay. We had
freedom of movement.
We had frictionless trade with the largest market on the planet. We could sell. We could sell into Germany as easily as we could sell into Birmingham.
Into Germany almost as easily.
We could buy from. Well, that's just again. That's just not. That's just not true, though. I can't. I mean, listen. You can say things that aren't true, and I can politely acknowledge them. But if you ask me a question, and I give you an answer to it, you can't then say rhubarb or the Earth is flat.
Right, so what you're saying is we had a trade agreement.
Yeah, yes, Andy.
Right, so why wouldn't the EU give us a trade agreement now? Because we left.
They did. We've got a withdrawal agreement, but we don't have a free trade agreement in the way that we did before. We don't have the indivisible four freedoms.
Before.
Pardon?
Nothing's the same as what it was before.
No, it's worse.
What?
You've just acknowledged that it's worse. You've just said, why didn't they give us what we had before? You don't realise it, but you've just acknowledged that what we had before was better than what we have now, and you rang in to claim that what we have now is better than what we had before. Tell me you can see that, at least.
Well, yes, in a way.
So why didn't they give us what we had before? You tell me.
Well, why didn't they?
Because we're not in the EU.
But other countries are not in the EU, and they've got free trade agreements.
They have freedom of movement. If you're thinking about Switzerland or Norway, they've signed up to the rules that the European Union...
Why would we want freedom of movement?
In order to have the free trade that you just mourned the passing of.
That's why we haven't got it.
I'm going to have to not...
They insist that we have to have people coming into this country that we can't control.
Yeah. How's that going now? How's the immigration control working out for you at the minute?
Because there's been too many Remainers putting their oar in and stopping it. Too many do-gooders turning around and saying we can't do this, we can't do that.
Like who? In a government populated by Priti Patel, Suella Braverman, Dominic Raab, who are the people that have stopped you from getting the immigration policy you wanted?
Well, the civil servants, I don't know. But every time we say we're going to do something, oh no, you can't do that. You can't.
Who says that? Who says that? I have to take a break. I'm 9 minutes.
People that want to remain.
I'm 9 minutes late for the break. I will think about transits, and you think about why we can't have the deal that we had before. All right, deal?
Deal.
Love to the family.
And there it is. Not one document, not one figure, not one name. Just a man who's completely certain, right up until the second he's actually asked to prove it. It's almost impressive how often that combination gets someone all the way to a ballot box. And if there's one takeaway here, it's this. If you spend most of your time in the pub with friends telling you every word in the mail is gospel, maybe don't ring into a talk show where you're going to get fact-checked live on air.